All rise. Judge Von B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Griffiths.
Thank you.
Yes.
You all may be seated. Mr. Griffith, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I'm raising two grandkids. I'm the legal guardian of those two grandkids. They were sired by my son here.
Oh, this is your son?
Dude, man.
That's my son.
Okay.
Sometimes embarrassed to admit it, but anyway. And so I'm here today to try to get him to start contributing to the raising of these children. Now, I'm a personal banker. I've made decent money over the years.
Okay.
I'm hitting retirement age, and I just think it's time for him to start paying.
The video begins with Judge Von Day presiding over the case of Griffith versus Griffith. Mr. Griffith, a grandfather and legal guardian of his two grandchildren, is seeking child support from his son, the children's biological father. He explains that he has been raising the children on his own, as their mother is no longer involved and his son has not provided any financial support. Judge Von Day listens attentively, setting the stage for a case that underscores the significance of parental responsibility and financial obligation.
I agree. I agree with that. Are these children involved in any type of extracurricular activities or anything?
Oh yeah, they're getting up to the age where sports are there. I'm having to run across town to soccer and then...
I'm there too, man.
Obviously not, and I'm not talking to you, so I need you to wait your turn.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
I hate to admit it, but I've told him since he was a kid he's worthless, and I think it's bearing out. But,
Well, sir, that's not very nice, and we're not here to talk about your son in that way. We're here to get some support, financial support for your grandkids, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So, kids involved in extracurricular activity, your son, their dad is not helping. Has he given you any money at all for the kids?
He has given me no money at all, and he's not taking responsibility. He comes by and sees the kids occasionally, but he has not been much of a father to them at all.
Okay. Where is the mother?
Well, she couldn't take much, I guess, of him anymore, so she left.
I kicked her out.
You what?
I kicked her out.
Excuse me.
I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
In just a moment, you can have your time.
Yes,
just a moment. So she's not in the picture.
Mr. Griffith takes the stand, describing how he has been the sole provider for his grandchildren, now 13 and 15 years old. He emphasizes that their father has neither contributed financially nor played a meaningful role in their upbringing. He also points out that the children participate in extracurricular activities, further increasing the financial strain. Expressing frustration over his son's lack of responsibility, he hopes the court will intervene and require him to contribute. The judge acknowledges Mr. Griffith's dedication and proceeds to hear the son's side of the story.
Not anymore. We haven't heard from her in quite some time.
Okay.
I think the kids still remember her and they miss her, but, you know.
How old are the kids?
Huh?
How old are the kids?
13 and 15.
13 and 15. Okay. Now, is there anything else you would like for me to know before I move to him?
Well, he goes a long time without working, and now he finally has a part-time job, I think, now, and probably couldn't afford much, but more than the money, I think it's time that he starts showing some manly responsibility. He's never done it before.
And I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Sir, now it's your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you have to say about what your father said in terms of not giving any financial support for the support of your children?
It's hard. I just got a job.
Okay. How much are you working?
Part-time, like
Part-time.
20, 30 hours a week at the shoe place.
Still a loser.
Okay, sir, that's not very
It can
nice.
turn into
We're not going to
something.
do any type of name calling in this courtroom, okay?
Yes,
You guys are not going to do that to each other. You can save that at home when you all are, you know, just between the two of you, but not here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you say you work about 20, 30 hours a week.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you make?
$15 an hour, so a couple of $1,000 a month, I think.
Okay.
Mr. Griffith Jr. argues that he only works part-time, earning $15 an hour and cannot afford to pay child support. However, his father soon reveals a shocking detail. His son recently received a $122,000 settlement from a lawsuit. The judge, unimpressed by the lack of transparency, questions why this information wasn't disclosed earlier. Mr. Griffith Jr. attempts to downplay the settlement, claiming he spent most of it on braces and other expenses, but the judge remains skeptical. This revelation shifts the tone of the case as the judge prepares to calculate child support based on the settlement.
I think there's something, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I think there's something that, in case he doesn't volunteer it, he has just recently got a settlement through a lawsuit.
Oh.
And that's the main reason, at $15 an hour, I wouldn't have brought him to court.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't have been worth the...
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I could definitely see why he did not want to bring you to court for $15 an hour. So he's not very truthful, obviously, because he's looking at me with his mouth open like he is so confused.
He's just mad because of my car.
Well, you know
Just
what?
admit it.
Sir, I'm upset at the fact that when I ask you why you were not providing any financial support, you try to give me this sob story about $15 an hour. And you have a settlement. Let me ask your dad, because I don't think I'm going to get too much honesty out of you. How much is this settlement?
Well, my understanding is that his portion of it, I guess after legal fees and all, was about $100,000.
$100,000?
Oh, man. Come on.
You think it's funny? You think this is funny? You think it's a game?
I think it's funny.
You think it's funny?
Yes.
Why? Because you got more than
Because-
that? You want to tell me you got more than that?
No.
So why is that funny? You're
I
not.
don't have $100,000.
So you didn't. So your father's not being honest about the settlement.
Well, I may have gotten it, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay,
I
so
got braces, man. 'cause you
it
didn't
does
get 'em
not
for me.
cost. Excuse me, sir. What type of crazy do you think I am? It does not cost $100,000 for braces.
I got a couple other things too. I mean, there might be some left.
Okay, and you didn't bring that to court with you, did you? To show the proof of that?
That
Yes or
was
no?
in my name.
Did you bring any documents to court to show that you are not in possession of this money? You didn't, did
No.
you? No, you didn't. Actually, you did. Your dad turned in your settlement judgment. You actually got a settlement for $102,000
It was a while back.
a while back, so you don't remember.
Judge Vonderby calculates Mr. Griffith Jr.'s child support obligation based on his $122,000 settlement, setting his monthly payment at $881.40. This amount includes reimbursement for the grandfather's health insurance costs for the children. The judge stresses that under Texas law, settlements and other assets can be considered income for child support purposes. Initially dismissive, Mr. Griffith Jr. now faces a substantial financial responsibility. Meanwhile, the grandfather expresses relief, thanking the judge for ensuring his son is held accountable.
I mean, I do.
I guess blowing that money off made you lose your memory, huh? So what we're getting ready to do is make you pay child
That's
support
fun.
to your dad. I'm glad that you think it's a joke, because we're not about to joke, and I want to see that same smile on your face when I read these numbers out to you on how much you're going to pay on child support. Okay, so at $102,000, I have your gross at $8,500. Which brings your net to a total of $6,525.63. Okay. Health insurance. Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't
How much
have
is health insurance?
$250 a month.
$250. So we're going to make you reimburse that to your dad for health insurance. Okay. So as I was saying, net $6,525.63. That would bring your child support before the reimbursement to $1,631.41. Did you need to write it down? $1,631.41 plus $250 would be $1,881.41, your monthly obligation. And I gave you credit for both kids.
I make $2,000 a month.
Okay, but you also have a settlement for $102,000. And I'm deeming that income because under Texas law, I have the right to do that.
Okay.
So your child support is not going to be set at $15,000. I mean, I'm sorry, at based on $15 an hour. Because I'm sure you spent the $15 an hour getting those braces, not that $102,000. It's not going to work.
I'm afraid, Your Honor, he has spent a lot of the rest of that too. I think that's the reason he's hawing about
Well,
what he is.
you know what, sir, and that's fine if he did, because he has to be able to give you $1,800 a month in child support. Otherwise, you'll have far more serious issues. Okay?
Right.
Anything further?
Well, I love my grandchildren, but I've told him along the way, once he hooked up with the lady he married, that he had all the fun, so it's been his responsibility to help take care of them. This is the first time he's ever had to pay up.
Well, and I thank you for bringing him to court and making him responsible, sir.
Okay.
If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Sure. Take Visa. This is great, man.
The video transitions to an educational segment where Judge Vonda B. explains how settlements and other assets can be factored into child support calculations under Texas law. She emphasizes the importance of honesty and transparency in court proceedings. The video concludes with a call to action, encouraging viewers to subscribe for more insights into courtroom drama. This case serves as a powerful reminder of the legal obligation parents have to support their children, even when unexpected assets like settlements come into play.